Needless to say, the operation in December 2014 was very successful in segregating the high-profile and high-risk inmates. Nevertheless, undertaking said operation had a big price to pay, including threats to my life and to my family, which has caused us so much distress, not to mention the anxiety of possible retribution from the inmates affected by the operation. Even immediately after the operation, I and participating Bucor personnel were publicly perceived to have been sleeping on the job and that the operation caught us flat-footed. The frustration and feeling of abandonment after that operation were too much to bear, that I tendered my resignation to the former Secretary of Justice on that same day. Finally, in February 2015, I submitted my written letter of resignation to the former Secretary of Justice. Volumes of documents will prove my unrelenting effort to battle the proliferation of illegal activities in the NBP and to prevent its perpetrators from conducting them within the walls of Bilibid. Like President Rodrigo Duterte, I believe that illegal drugs pose a serious threat to our citizenry, and I fully support this war on the illegal drug trade and his initiative to neutralize those behind it. These are the facts, Your Honors. Again, let me put on record that I have no connection nor I have ever been involved with illegal activities inside the NBP and outside the National Penitentiary. My conscience is clear. All I did was to do my job with all honesty and regularity. Nagtrabaho lang po ako. Maraming salamat po.
Thank you for that.
Mr. Chairman.
Of course, you will be interpellated by the members, so be prepared for those interpellation questions.
Point of order, Mr. Chairman.
What is the point of order?
I think sa Section 9, kailangan i-swear in muna si ano?
Nakatapos na po.
Na-swear in na. Thank you.
So we now go to para lang to matapos ito before we go back to Department of Justice for its last witness, who is Ragos.
Actually, si dalawa po sana, pero kung isa lang, then si Capones po and then Ragos. Si Ragos has not yet been heard. Si Capones has not yet been heard, so might as well.
Pang ilang witness na ba tayo?
Apat pa sila. Panglima na yun.
Hindi, siya. Pang-ilan? 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th. 8 Sige. Gusto mo, pagbigyan na natin at wala nang uwian. So, we now recognize, okay po. Will si Capones ba? Capones?
Capones and Ragos, kung pwede
meron
yung
na
dalawa.
bang, may request ba yan for immunity? Have we?
Meron na po.
Hindi po, si Capones.
Meron na po.
Kay Capones?
Opo.
Bago ito di ba?
Opo, pero
Ang
kasama yan sa
kaninang
listahan.
ni-request natin si Durano and Arile.
Opo. Ayun po yung kasama sa listahan nung una pa.
Unang hearing meron na. Okay, no problem. So, sige, si General Villasanta, please identify yourself, tapos yung previous position mo. You do not have any written statement, no? As under the rules, kailangan po yon, pero nandyan na rin po lang kayo, and so that we can dispense with this particular issue soonest, so that we will don't have to call you in to call you back. You are now recognized.
Magandang hapon po, Your Honors.
Mr. Chairman, hold it. The purpose of
magandang
the
hapon.
hold it. The purpose of the role in requiring witnesses to have their statements para naman makita natin where what will he testify about. We cannot put here in a congressional investigation a person without any guide as to what he will say. Baka naman kung ano pagsasabihin niya dito o hindi relevant o hindi. We cannot allow a person to just come here and say testify. Kailangan isulat muna para makita naman natin yung relevance noon. Otherwise, we will be giving him a license to use this committee to state anything. Hindi ho pwede yun. So I'm calling a point of order and referring to the rule.
So yun, actually, we're giving that sana, no? Pero dahil may objection, pasensya na po. If I may suggest, bigyan niyo po kami ng written kahit statement, ano, kung ano yung mga sasabihin niyo para naman we are guided. While we know that you are the head of PAOK that conducted yung Oplan, ano? Galugad ba yan? Galugad?
I was, we were,
Part of the contingent that conducted Oplan Galugad. Pakisulat na rin lang. Otherwise, anyway, we have another setting on Monday. That will give you ample time to prepare. Kung ano, we will call you in again on Monday.
salamat po, Your Honor.
Sige, so you prepare that Monday or what?
Yes, sir, on Monday, Your Honor.
Okay, so
Mr. Chair. Yeah, I am in full agreement with the distinguished majority leader. But nevertheless, may we request the chair that he be allowed to stay here, considering that he went here by virtue of a subpoena or by personal invitation or voluntary appearance, since he was being mentioned for so many times previously, he should be here to answer those questions relative to the statements of the inmates
Sige
that
po.
were taken during the last hearings. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Another thing also, with these two witnesses who have been previously granted immunity, Capones and Ragos,
Doon po sa chinecheck namin records, kala namin si Capones ay meron ng immunity.
So, wala
But kahit wala daw po siyang immunity, magta-testify siya.
okay, kasi po, ba, yung kay Ragos po, yung kanyang immunity was conditioned that he will tell the whole truth. Eh ngayon, it appears na hindi niya nasabi lahat. So, this will be giving an open-ended testimony or immunity to this person that they will come here by piecemeal and then later on, sandali, may naalala pa pala ako, then they will again come here and add, or for all we know, they might even change what they've been saying. So, may we caution our witnesses na
We will do that,
Opo.
Mr. Chairman.
In fact, he submitted a supplemental affidavit. So, si witness Capones, wala pa siyang
Wala
but
pa-
he is willing to testify pa rin.
That's correct,
Kasi
Mr. Chairman.
even if he wanted to, nakalista po si Speaker, kanya hindi rin natin makukuha yung immunity na yun to attend to an
the
important...
speaker is still there. In fact, he is supposed to attend a wedding, the wedding of our deputy speaker, Chedeng Alvarez. But because of this, he decided to not go anymore so that he could act accordingly if such is needed.
Yeah,
That's why
that
I went to check with him earlier, Mr. Chairman.
Great. That is how important the House leadership gives to this very important congressional inquiry. So,
Mr. Chairman, may I just elaborate on this matter? No? Kasi po, chairman po ako ng Committee on Rules. Ano? Witness comes here and is offered a testimony. Maski sa korte naman po yan. Pag naka-examine na yung witness, na-interpolate at lahat-lahat, hindi pwedeng after that, uy, may idadagdag naman ako dahil he could have been coach or whatever. Dahil kung tapos na siya, tapos na siya. Precisely, that's the purpose of interpellation or cross-examination. But once that has been finished, he cannot again say, sandali, mayroon pa akong gustong idagdag. Wala na pong hindi po pwede yun. So, as the chairman of the Committee on Rules, I'm calling the attention of the Committee on Matters like this na hindi pwede po yung tapos na siya. Kung tapos na siya, kung nakalimutan niya yun, i-subject natin sa kung at mahirap naman po yung baka after this, he will say again in the public na hindi ko pa nasabi lahat nun. So, kaya nga, pag gumawa nga ho tayo ng affidavit, affiant further saith not, sabi nga, wala na siyang idadagdag pa. And he was given the opportunity. And in fact, I recall, he was there, sitting there, and he transferred here. Meron ka ba bang idadagdag? Wala na po. And then later on, after several weeks, then he comes up again with an supplemental affidavit, let us be careful on these matters po para hindi naman po kami babatikosin ng publiko.
Yes, Mr. Chairman.
Mr. Chair, if I may be allowed, may request for that the witness Capones be dispensed with the testimony. Reading the Capones.
Ay, yung bago.
Yeah, because reading.
Before that, i-dispense na natin si, para si Valeroso, di ba? Mamaya na po kayo uli, patatawag po uli kayo, lahat sabay-sabay.
Mr. Chair.
Okay, anyway, going to Capones.
Yes, reading the sinumpaang salaysay, it's nothing but a repetition and definitely a total replication of the statements of other inmates. Parehas lang po siya talaga. Corroboration. Siguro naman, i-request na lang natin that the different members be furnished with a copy and let he be here for any interpellation. Yun maririnig po ng publiko at maririnig din natin, nasabi na siguro nung 10 inmates na nag-testify. No actual and new statements being revealed in the new statement. So, may we dispense with the testimony of, of course, with due respect to our good secretary.
May we hear
That's
from
my request.
Thank you, Your Honor. Thank you, Vice Chairman. Actually, hindi po kinorroborate lang nito yung past statements. Ang nangyari po dito, may invite the attention of the committee members, paragraph number 10, na sinabi niyang siya mismo ang nag-abot kay Secretary De Lima. And may I read for the record, to the records. May isang pagkataon kung saan tinawagan ako ni JB at sinabi sa akin na pumunta ako sa kubol niya at dalhin ko ang pera dahil patutunayan niya ang koleksyon ay para kay Secretary De Lima. Pumunta ako at maya-maya ay dumating nga si Secretary De Lima.
Hold it, Mr. Secretary, please do not read into the records the testimony of the witness. Huwag mo natin payagan yun. We cannot allow the good Secretary of Justice to be reading already into the records yung kung ano po sasabihin ng witness para hindi naman po
Apo, actually, isang paragraph lamang po yun. Ang gusto ko lang po sabihin is that hindi po ito katulad ng mga ibang mga witnesses. Kasi dito talagang merong sinabi siya na talagang siya ang nagabot ng pera kay De Lima.
Yes.
Like I said, Mr. Secretary, just point to the paragraph for us to read. Pero kung kasi kayo, binabasa niyo po yung testimony na ng witness, pumapasok na po sa records.
Opo. I'm sorry for that.
Thank you po.
Yeah, Mr. Chair.
But I just would like to call the attention of the members, Mr. Chairman, doon sa paragraph 10 ng kanyang affidavit na hindi ito katulad lamang nung ibang
but Mr. Chair, we were able to read this one, and this is only a corroboration of what inmate Durano already said, that he personally gave that something to.
Mr. Chairman.
Well, it will be up to the
Mr. Chairman.
Okay.
decision of the chair.
Mr. Chairman.
Mr. Chairman.
I agree with the Secretary of Justice.
Mr.
Because I
Chairman.
think this is a different incident, Mr. Chairman.
This is a different
Okay.
This is a different incident in which there is personal testimony that money was handed directly. So I think we should allow
The
witness,
committee,
Mr.
the chair
Chairman.
takes note of that by
Mr. Chairman.
majority floor.
Yes, Mr. Chairman, after reading paragraph 10, I believe that his testimony is material, so we will have to allow him to testify.
Okay, so
Mr. Chairman,
Deputy Speaker.
may I just reiterate my observation a while ago, Mr. Chairman, that some members are trying to substitute their own thinking with the thinking of the Secretary of Justice. I think we should respect and defer if it will not only create a complication,
Okay,
because as I said, he has the theory of his case.
Okay, so let us proceed.
Mr. Speaker, I might feel alluded to that statement.
No, Mr. Chairman. No,
but
Mr. Chairman.
let-
I take exception to the observation of the majority leader.
let me define the jurisdiction of committees in aid of legislation. We are not here to prove a case. In fact, the Secretary of Justice is proceeding like he was prosecuting several people by having corroborative testimony, making it stronger and everything. The jurisdiction of the committee is to look at the proliferation of drugs there in aid of legislation. Sa narinig na lang natin, ang dami na natin narinig, pwede na tayong mag-craft ng batas. But like he said, he wants to build an airtight case. Hindi naman husgado ito eh. In fact, that is beyond the jurisdiction of this committee. Otherwise, we should have referred it to the Committee on Good Government if we will be looking at possible prosecution. So, as a resource person, we will have to limit his testimony. We are not supplanting his idea or theory of his case because this is not a hearing. So I, as the chair of the committee on rules, have to define the jurisdiction of this committee. Thank you, Mr.
Mr. Chairman,
you,
I just want
thank
to
you
make
for that
clarification,
clarification.
Mr. Chairman. I was
can we
not
move on?
alluding
Can we
to
move
the
on?
majority leader.
Okay.
I simply commented because it seems that we are dictating on whether it is corroborative or not. If, for example, the Secretary of Justice believes that the next testimony is not only purely corroborative, and the Secretary of Justice believes that the next witness is not only an amplification, but there are portions trying to prove a different issue, perhaps we should give him a leeway, a little consideration.
We have given him more than enough leeway, in fact, in presenting all of these witnesses. In fact, in the mind of the chair, we have a matrix already prepared, and we're just trying to look for, those missing links. And on that particular point, in fact, that has been clearly established. So, but anyway, just to be more accommodating, because anyway, we have gone through 3 grueling hearings already, and one other witness may not really be difficult to consider. So anyway, if we can just proceed, Capones, nandiyan na ho ba siya?
Mr. Chairman, now, for the record, it was me who moved that that witness be allowed to testify. Now, the committee has now to decide whether is he availing of immunity or not. Mr.
The lawyer
Chairman.
told me that even without immunity, he's willing to testify.
So we will proceed.
So I would like to thank the majority floor leader and the chairman and your honors for allowing this last witness
So
to testify
this is the
afternoon.
last witness.
For today.
So si Ragos po. Next.
If Ragos could be accommodated, then we're much willing so that we will have more time for Sebastian on Monday.
Okay, sige. So
Chairman?
this will be the last witness as manifested, so that we can proceed with the interpellation para mas mabilis tayo matapos. Andiyan na ho ba siya? Wala pa? Ayan na. Sino po ba ang abogado ni witness Capones?
May I address the committee, Mr. Chairman?
Please, Attorney Topacio.
Yes, my name is Ferdinand Topacio. I'll be the counsel for Mr. Capones, Your Honors. Thank you.
The committee notes the appearance of Attorney Topacio. Ito ba'y kliyente mo nung matagal na o ngayon lang?
Ngayon lang, Your Honor, ang previous clients ko po are Messrs. Martinez and Agoho. Thank you.
Kanina may nagtanong po sa chair, yung kung si Agoho daw ho ipe-present niyo pa ba yan?
Kung hindi siya inatake siya ng so talaga
What about Monday? Do you intend to present him?
Pwede po.
Sige, so
And Vicente C,
habang
who
iniintay
is
po,
still in the hospital, will be presented also.
habang iniintay natin, sino po ipe-presenta nyo sa Monday para lang maalaman ng mga miyembro natin? Para mai-distribute na rin natin yung mga affidavits nila. So si
Vicente
Sebastian,
Sebastian,
Vicente C,
who is still in the hospital also.
Ragos,
Ragos, Renante Diaz. Possibly Tomas Dunina, one of those involved in the...
please be guided by the manifestation of the chair kanina na kung yan ay corroborative lang, hindi naman kailangan lahat yan i-present para po mas mabilis tayong matapos. We intend to finish this in the next hearing. So, at saka siyempre si General Villasanta pa, no? So we will have about 4 or 5 also on Monday.
And we will also present Romel Falcasantos, one of the close in security of Secretary de Lima, and NBI agent Isidoro.
Agent Isidoro, dumami. Yun ba, are they proving different points?
We
Different matters?
undertake not to prove any corroborative evidence to present the
po.
corroborative evidence. They will be
Siguro-
testifying on entirely different thing.
Siguro para po for a better appreciation of the committee, anyway, we will have time for that. Bigyan nyo kami na synopsis man lang so that the committee secretary will be well guided of what to expect on this particular witnesses.
We will do that, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you. Nandiyan ha?
Mr. Chairman,
Please.
I understand from the names mentioned by the Secretary of Justice that Ragos will again be presented this coming Monday.
Monday.
The chair will note that earlier the majority leader has made an opinion that if he has already been presented, he cannot conveniently come and again present himself to testify anew on the basis of a supplemental affidavit. May I know now from the good chair whether or not we will allow Ragos despite the observation of the majority leader?
Well, yan po ay nagpaliwanag lang naman po si Majority Floor na ina-advise lang niya. Pero I don't think he was objecting to it. I hope I understood him correctly. So that kung sa amin pong sa committee, nung binasa po yung kanyang mga pahayag ay importante rin kanya nung kami po ay nag-meeting nung mga nakaraang araw with the Vice Chair after the post-mortem that we did, we are in agreement that this testimony is also important. So we are in fact prepared to hear him now, but then due to time constraint, ay ipinagpapaliban na muna natin to.
Kasi ang sa akin na naman, Mr. Chair, is kung meron tayo on the basis, again, of the observation of the majority leader and following that observation, na kung ang isang resource person ay pumupunta rito pagkatapos magsisinungaling or he will hold his punches, then later on he wants to change his mind. Changing his mind, for example, to tell the truth or the whole truth now, para namang hindi maganda yung mangyayaring ganyan. No?
Tama po yun, but you know, the need for this additional testimony as determined by the vice chairs plus me plus some other consultants these were all considered and we did realize that it is necessary.
Mr. Chairman.
Anyway,
with that
Deputy Speaker, the witness is already in the committee. We can discuss this later so that we can already proceed with the testimony of the next witness.
I don't need to
Mr.
discuss
Chairman,
that,
the member,
Mr. Chairman. But
the
in
chairman of the
closing,
Rules Committee is
I
here. Why
defer
don't we
to
not ask for his
the
opinion?
decision of the committee?
Yes, why don't we ask for the position of the chairman of the Rules Committee since he is here, Mr. Chairman, with regards to that matter raised by the Deputy Speaker?
Since the chair has already said that the chair including the vice chairman of the committee, has already decided to allow Ragos to testify, then I defer to the decision of the committee, Mr.
Maraming
Chairman.
salamat po. Can we now proceed so that we can terminate this this hearing for today earlier? So, Mr. Secretary, you now have the
Yes,
you're now
Mr. Chair,
recognized.
will Mr. Joel Capones stand up if you are here already? May we ask, Mr. Chair, that the oath be administered to him?
Pakitaas po ng kanang kamay. Ako,
Ako,
pakisabi po ng pangalan,
si Joel Capones,
ay taos-pusong nanunumpa
ay taos-pusong nanunumpa
na magsasabi
na magsasabi
ng katotohanan,
ng katotohanan,
buong katotohanan,
buong katotohanan,
at pawang katotohanan lamang.
at pawang katotohanan lamang.
Kasihan nawa ako,
Kasihan sana nawa ako
ng Panginoong Diyos.
ng Panginoon Diyos.
May I proceed, Mr. Chair? Mr.
May we know the purpose for which this witness is being presented?
After some statement on immunity, Mr. Capones, Ginong Capones, ang akala po ng DOJ team ay meron ka ng immunity na nakuha nung pang first hearing pero wala pa po pala. So, ikaw po ba ay handang mag-testify kahit wala kang immunity ngayong araw?
Opo, handa po ako mag-testify kahit wala pa po akong immunity dahil lahat po ng sasabihin ko rito totoo lang po naman yung sasabihin ko.
So, may I offer the testimony of the witness, Mr. Chair?
Mr. Secretary, saan po bang kaso na-convict itong si Capones, Mr. Capones?
Murder po.
Murder. Okay, maraming salamat.
May I proceed, Mr. Chair? The purpose of Mr. Capones' testimony are the following. That he is to show that he is the commander of Sige Sputnik at the maximum security compound at the NBP. That in December 2013, he was summoned by Sebastian and told to sell drugs to fund the senatorial campaign of Senator De Lima. That in exchange for funding De Lima's campaign, he will receive privileges and protection. That he acceded to the request of Sebastian and proceeded to deal with Shabu and was the recipient of perks inside NBP. That in February 2014, he was introduced by Sebastian to Jadel de Vera, nephew of Secretary De Lima, who will become the collector of De Lima in the drug trade. That there was an occasion where he was summoned to the Kubol of JB to prove that Shabu collection went to Secretary De Lima, whereupon he was told to bring the money. And he personally saw that JB Sebastian hand over to Secretary De Lima the money he brought. Mr. Capones, did you execute any gumawa ka ba ng sinumpang salaysay bago ka pumunta sa hearing na ito ng committee?
Opo, Your Honor.
Pinakikita ko sa iyo ang sinumpang salaysay na ito na may petsa October 6, 2016. Maaari mo bang tingnan at basahin ang salaysay na yan at sabihin sa kagalang-galang na lupo na ito kung yan na nga ang salaysay na sinasabi mo?
Opo, ito nga po.
May you request, Mr. Chair, that the sinumpang salaysay be marked as Exhibit W. The signature of the witness, resource person, in the first page be marked as Exhibit W-3. The signature on the second page be marked as Exhibit W-4. The signature of the witness on the third page be marked as Exhibit W-2-A. And the signature of the administrating officer on the fourth page be marked as Exhibit W-2-B. The witness is now ready, Mr. Chair. By the way, sorry Mr. Chair, ikaw ba, Ginoong Capones, ay pinilit, kinakot, pinangakuha ng kung ano man, kapalit para mag-testify sa hearing na ito?
Hindi po.
Ikaw ba ay voluntaryo at buong puso mong gagawin ang pag-testify, ang pagtistigo mo sa lupo na ito?
Opo.
The witness now ready, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Mr. Secretary. Mr. Capones, will you pakibasa mo nga yung salaysay mo into the records para sa kalinawan ng mga miyembro at ng mga nanonood dito sa hearing na ito.
Ako po si Joel Capones, Duro N2U1P-1163, Pilipino, 42, taong gulang, isang inmate sa New Bilibid Prison, Muntinlupa City. Malapos na makapanumpa ng naaayon sa batas, ay kusang loob na nagsasaad ng mga sumusunod. Ako po ang commander ng grupong Sige-Sige Sputnik, ang pinakamalaking pangkat ng mga bilanggo sa loob ng maximum security compound, New Bilibid Prison, na may membrong umaabot sa bilang na 2,500. Noong Disyembre ng 2013, ipinatawag ako ni JB Sebastian, ang commander ng grupong Sige-Sige Commando at chairman ng League of Commanders. Si JB ay kilala sa loob ng Bilibid na may mga mabibigat na protektor. Alam din ng lahat na napakalakas niya kay DOJ Secretary Laila de Lima. Sinabi niya sa akin na baka kailangan namin na magbenta ng droga sa loob at labas ng Bilibid dahil nangangailangan ng tulong si Secretary de Lima para sa pondo sa eleksyon sa 2016. Sinabi ko sa kanya na timbrihan na lang niya ako kung matutuloy. Noong Enero 2014, ipinatawag ulit ako ni JB kasama ng mga mayor ng Sige-Sige Sputnik. Sinabi sa akin ni JB na kailangan na magbenta ng droga para matustusan ang kampanya ni Secretary de Lima sa 2016. Dahil tatakbo itong senador, inuutos din niya na alalayan ko ang mga mayor at tiyakin na mababayaran siya ng kumpleto. Ipinaliwanag niya sa akin na kung matatalo man si Secretary de Lima sa pagkasenador, siguradong magiging DILG Secretary naman ito dahil si Mar Rojas ang magiging Pangulo. Ipinaliwanag niya rin sa amin na ang mga tutulong sa paglikom ng pondo para kay Secretary de Lima ay sagot niya at mapoproteksyonan at walang anumang magiging problema o panganib. Samantalang ang sinumang babangga o sasalungat ay may paglalagyan. Ganun pa man, wala naman talaga kaming ibang mapagpipilian dahil kaya ni JB na magpapatay at magpalipat sa malalayong piitan. Mula noon, dinadalhan o pinadadalhan na ako ni JB ng shabu para ibenta. At ito naman ay pinaghati-hatian sa aming grupo para ibenta sa loob ng Bilibid. Ang mga transaksyon sa labas ay ginagawa sa pamamagitan lamang ng cellphone. Halos kasabay nito, kami ay pinayagan ng mga bagong prebelyo. Nagkaroon sa maximum security. Ako ay nagkaroon ng aircon, refrigerator sa aking kubol. Pinayagan din ako na gumamit ng motorsiklo sa loob ng security compound. Naging mas maluwag din ang pamunuan ng MVP sa kanilang pagpapatupad ng mga patakaran sa amin. Noong buwan ng Pebrero, 2014, ipinakilala sa akin ni JB Sebastian sa kanyang kubol na tinatawag na Bahay na Bato ang isang Jad de Vera na pamangkin raw ni Secretary de Lima na magiging kolektor ng bintahan sa loob ng pera kay Secretary de Lima. Sinabi ni Jad sa akin na Miyerkules at Sabado siya mangongolekta para sa mga transaksyon sa loob ng Bilibid. Araw-araw ay naniningil ako sa mga mayor at iniipong ko ang mga bayad at ito ay binibigay ko kay JB sa mga transaksyon sa labas naman. Ang pera ay kinokolekta ko sa mga katransaksyon namin sa labas na dumadalaw sa kanya ay binibilang ni JB ang pera sa kanyang counting machine sa lamesa. Ano ba ito? Sa kanyang kubol. May mga pagkakataong kapag nagdadala ako ng pera kay JB, tinatawagan niya si Jad para sabihin na nandoon na ang pera. Sa dalawang pagkakataon, ang pera na dinadala ko kay JB ay binibigay niya kay Jad de Vera mismo sa harapan ko. Isang pagkakataon kung saan tinawagan ako ni JB at sinabi na sa akin na pumunta ako sa kubol niya at dalhin ko ang pera dahil patutunayan niya na ang koleksyon ay para kay Secretary de Lima. Pumunta ako at maya-maya ay dumating nga Secretary de Lima at nakita ko na inabot sa kanya ni JB ang pera na dinala ko. Pagkatapos nito ay nag-usap na sila ng pribado. Dali na. Hindi, nawilo ako eh.
Tapos ka na ba?
Hindi pa po. Noong buwan ng Oktubre 2014, nalaman ko na ako ay nakalista sa mga qualified sa parol. Dahil dito ako ay nagpaalam kay JB na titigil na sa anumang iligal na gawain. At gusto kong makalaya at makapiling na sa wakas ang pamilya ko. Ang buong akala ko ay maluwag na tinanggap iyon ni JB. Ngunit ang mga araw na ang lumipas ay napansin ko na di maayos ang pakikitungo sa akin ni JB. Laking gulat ko panang magkaroon ng raid sa MVP noong ika-15 ng Disyembre 2014 at kasama ako sa inilipat sa NBI na inihanay sa mga tinatawag na high-profile inmates. Kapansin-pansin na hindi isinama si JB sa grupong ito. Pansamantala ay ito muna ang aking isasalaysay. Ngunit ako ay handang tumistigo at patunayan ang mga bagay na nakasaad dito. Sabihin ko kayo sa kapatid ko kasi
The witness is finished, Mr. Chair.
Thank you for that. So this is our last witness for the day. No? So may we now request that all the witnesses be ushered into the room so that we can begin with our interpellation. Let me just inform the body that there are 41 members who would like to interpellate, starting from Majority Floor Leader Rudy Fariñas, then Representative Harry Roque, Congressman Tolentino, Minority Leader Suarez, And then Congressman Vice Chairman Doyle Yachon. And then Congressman Sabelliano, Congressman Lacson, Congressman Salo, Congressman T, Congressman Defensor, Congressman Vice Chair Owa Minal, sino to? Congressman Canava, sorry. Congressman Unabia, then Bilaro, Roman, Nograles, Noel, Romero, Tugna, Rocamora, Veloso, Ferrer, Sarmiento, De Vera, Acop, Tevez, Garbin, Castro, Barbers, Gonzaga, Garcia, Biason, Fortun, Marcoleta, Alejano, Paduano, Maceda, Yu, Crisologo, Uybareta, and Sandoval.
Point of inquiry, Mr. Chairman.
What is the point of inquiry?
I was here at 8:40, Mr. Chairman. Nagpalista kami kanina and tanong ko lang yung rules ng committee kung pwede ba magpalista kahapon or warm bodies ba dapat magpalista during the day of the committee meeting or hearing, Mr. Chairman?
The reality is kahapon nung nagmi-meeting po kami ng committee, doon po sa aking opisina marami na po nagpalista. Kanya pasensya po. We just wanted to accommodate everyone but they had asked that they be listed. Anyway, lahat naman magkakaroon ng pagkakataon to interpolate.
Mr. Chairman,
Congressman Maceda.
yes, kasi doon sa nagpalista ako kanina umaga, number 14 din ako eh. Eh parang napunta na ako sa number 30 plus o 20 plus. 30?
Maceda.
Eh, hindi po namin alam, Mr. Chairman, na pwede palang magpa-lista the night before or the day before.
Pasensya na po. In fact, na ini-interview po ako doon sa DCMM nung mangyari po yan. Kanya nai-announce ko na rin po sa DCMM na meron na po nagpapalista as early as last night.
Mr.
What
Chairman.
is the customary...
Mr. Chairman.
Is it a policy from now on for
Wala
the
po.
next hearings?
Hindi naman po. Pero just to let you know that the committee is trying to be liberal about the whole thing. So ngayon po ay siguro since we started this anyway this will be our last two hearings. So we are open and we would like to exercise liberality. Anyway,
Mr. Chairman.
ang sa amin
Mr.
po,
Chairman.
ang sa amin po ay hindi pa ho katapos. Pasensya po.
Mr. Chairman.
Sandali lang po, nagsasalita pa po ang chairman. Ang sinasabi ko po ay sa dami po ng gusto magpalista, we want to accommodate everyone. So now we're exercising liberal construction of our rules just to accommodate everyone.
Mr. Chair.
Mr. Chair, I was first, Mr. Chair.
Sino po yun?
Si Congressman Crisologo po. Mr.
Congressman
Chairman.
Crisologo po.
If that is the case that you will allow the listings of those who will interpret, then I ask now formally that I will be the first on Monday. Because we should not allow that, Mr. Chairman.
Your request is granted.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, but I still do not believe that that is right.
May I also...
Can we move on? Andiyan na ho ba yung mga witnesses? I hope we will not belabor on this particular issue kasi po ang mas importante naman po yung mga tanong nyo. No? And if you really are interested in getting to the bottom of all of these things, then kami po, naghihiring kami hanggang alas 9, alas 10 ng gabi. So please bear with us.
Mr. Chairman, gusto lang namin maliwanagan kung ano na ba talaga because kung
Ipaliwanag ko na po. We are
for the-
exercising liberality.
Yeah, but still, Mr. Chairman, ang sa amin, hindi kasi kami nisabihan na pwede palang ganun. Sayang lang na gumising kami ng maaga, pumunta kami dito na maaga para mauna kami. Pwede ba magpalista kami sa lahat ng susunod na committee hearing nyo na kami mauna? No,
Pwede
really,
po,
Mr.
pwede
Chair.
po. Inopen na po natin.
Yeah, but I don't think it will be fair for all the members of of this Congress, Mr.
Relative po,
Chairman.
ang what is fair is relative. So pwede po ba, can we now proceed with the main matter that we need to resolve rather than belabor on mga administrative matters? Ha? No, ito. Patista na kayo kung gusto niyo.
Sige lang, tinitingnan ko lang yan.
Sinong Sanchez? Sinong
Sa ngayon ay natapos na nga ang pagbibigay ng pahayag ng 6 na witness na present ngayon dito sa pagpapatuloy ng pagdinig patungkol pa rin sa pagiging talamak ng kalakaran ng droga sa New Bilibid prisons. Sa ngayon ay nirequest na ni Congressman Ray Umali, ang chair ng House Committee on Justice, ang presensya nitong 6 na testigo para sa interpolation na isasagawa maya-maya lamang. At kanina rin ay binanggit ni Congressman Umali ang pagkakasunod-sunod ng mga mambabatas na mag-interpolate.
Nag-wave na rin po si Majority Leader. So we now move to next. Ready na ba kayong lahat? Are all of the witnesses and or resource persons ready for the interpellation? So, Congressman Harry Roque.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Para hindi po masayang oras, dediretso na po ako. Ang aking mga katanungan po ay para kay Jonel Sanchez, Engelberto Durano, at kay Police Director Franklin Jesus B. Bucayo. Unahin ko po si Jonel. Now, Mr. Jonel Sanchez, alam nyo, palaging sinasabi ni Senator Laila de Lima, ang mga testigo raw dito ay nagsasabi lamang ng mga kasinungalingan. So tatanungin ko po kayo para malaman ko kung gaya ng sinasabi ni Senator de Lima, ikay nagsisinungaling. Ang unang tanong ko po, may ID ka ba na ikay taga PSG?
Ngayon sir, wala akong dala pero EAP ID may nakalagay PSG.
Oo. Now, pangalawa, meron ka bang kasulatan na nagpapatunay na ikaw nga, gaya ng sinabi mo, ay naging close-in PSG ni dating Secretary de Lima?
Opo.
Ano po yan? Ano yung kasulatan na yan?
Detail order po sir, galing PSG.
May kopya ka ba niyan?
Wala pa akong dala ngayon sir.
Pwede bang isumitin mo sa committee ito yung ID mo as PSG at saka yung designation mo as close-in ni dating Secretary Laila de Lima?
Opo, sir.
Now, sinabi mo na, alam mo, ito, magagalit sa'yo si Senator Laila de Lima dahil sabi mo, mukhang may relasyon si Ronnie Dayan at si Senator de Lima. Tama ba ito?
Totoo po yun.
Dito sa iyong affidavit, ang sabi mo, kaya mo naisip na marelasyon siya kay Ronnie Dayan ay umuwi sila sa isang bahay. Hindi ba natural lang sa mga close-in security na tumira doon sa bahay ng kanilang ginagwardyahan?
Sa amin kasi sir, kami umuwi pagkatapos sekretary sa kanyang bahay, pero si Ronnie naiiwan na po doon sa bahay ni sekretary.
Now, ilan ba kayong PSG at bakit may PSG ang sekretary? Di ba ang PSG, Presidential Security Group? Bakit nagbabantay din kayo sa isang cabinet secretary?
Sir, ano na po ng presidente yon?
Ilang kayong PSG na na-assign kay dating Secretary de Lima?
6 po, sir.
6. Okay. Now, sa 6 na yan, si Dayan lang ang tanging natutulog sa bahay ni Laila de Lima.
Correct, sir.
Alam mo ba kung saan kwarto sila natutulog? Natutulog si Ronnie Dayan doon sa bahay ni Secretary de Lima.
Sir, yung bahay ni Secretary de Lima sa Parañaque, sir, 4 na kwarto yun, sir. So, sa isang kwarto si Ronnie Dayan natutulog, sa kabila namang kwarto rin si Secretary.
So hiwalay na kwarto naman sila
Correct, sir.
doon sa bahay.
Yes, sir.
Pero sinabi mo na kapag kayo'y nag-out of town, iisang kwarto lang sila natutulog.
Yes, sir.
O isang mga out of town trip yan na nakita mo
Maraming-
iisang kwarto lang sila natulog.
Maraming province, sir. Sa
Gaya ng ano at kailan
Iloilo,
yan?
sir. Hindi ko na maano, sir, yung taon,
Bigyan
sir.
mo kami ng ilan kasi tinitignan ko nga kung
Yes, sir.
nagsisinungaling ka eh.
Iloilo, sir. Davao,
Oo.
Cagayan de Oro. At saka sa, ano, sir, sa Cebu.
O yung sa Iloilo, sabi mo isang kwarto sila. Saan ba sila natulog? Doon sa Iloilo, sa iyong pagkakaalala.
Sa hotel, sir, kami, sir, natutulog, sir.
Hindi mo naaalala kung
Yes,
anong
sir.
hotel yun sa Iloilo?
Oo, sir.
O saan pang ibang lugar yan?
Sa Cebu, sir.
Sa Cebu. Hindi
Yes,
mo
sir.
rin naalala ang pangalan ng hotel.
Yes, sir.
Eh, bakit mo sinabing natulog sila sa isang kwarto? Nakita mo ba physically na isang kwarto lang sila natulog?
Yes, sir. Kasi pag natutulog kami, sir, sama-sama kami ng mga kasama naming security. Tapos siya, sir, doon sa kay secretary.
Eh, ilang kwarto ba kayo pag kayo nag-out of town?
2 kwarto, sir.
So lahat kayo, isa, at ang sinasabi mo, si Ronnie Dayang ay doon
Yes,
na sa kwarto ni Secretary Laila de Lima.
Yes, sir.
Now, Mr. Speaker, Mr. Chair, may I know from the Secretary of Justice, because we have heard the name of Dayan, but we have not really asked the witnesses to identify who this Dayan is. Do you have in your possession right now a picture of this Dayan? Dayan.
We have pictures but we have not brought it here with us.
Oh, siguro later on kapag merong larawan na dadalhin ang Department of Justice, sabihin mo sa amin kung sinasabi mong kung yung larawan na dala nila ay ito ngang si Ronnie Dayang. Now, ang sabi mo, hanggang tahasan na ipinagmayabang ni Ronnie Dayang ang relasyon niya ni SOJ de Lima. Anong naalala mong sinabi niya na sa iyong isip, ito'y pagmamayabang ni Ronnie na meron siyang relasyon kay dating Secretary de Lima?
Yung ano, sir, wala nang makakakuha sa kanya. Malaki na yung puhunan ko. Yung puhunan daw ni secretary sa kanya.
Malaki ang puhunan niya.
Yes, sir.
Yun lang naalala mong sinabi niya na pagyayabang?
Yes, sir.
Ano ba pagkakaintindi mo doon sa puhunan na yon?
Marami na sigurong binigay si secretary sa kanya, sir.
Now, itong si Warren Cristobal, ano uli ang kanyang katungkulan?
MMDA rider, sir.
MMDA rider. Pero sa yung salaysay, sabi mo, naging close-in na rin siya ni Secretary de Lima.
Yes, sir.
Pero itong Warren Cristobal na ito, hindi naman siya miyembro ng PSG.
Hindi, sir. MMDA, sir. Pero naka-attach siya, sir, sa PSG. As a riders, MMDA.
MMDA na naka-attach sa PSG.
Correct, sir.
So sa pagkakaalam mo, yung naging close-in din siya ni Secretary Laila de Lima, meron din niyang detail order sa pagkakaalam mo.
Meron din yun, sir.
Now, sabi mo, pinagseselusan ni Ronnie Dayan si Warren Cristobal. Bakit mo naman nasabi na pinagselosan ni Ronnie itong si Warren Cristobal?
Excuse me. Bago ka sumagot, no? Your Honor, your time is up. But since Representatives Tolentino and Minority Leader Danny Suarez waived their time to you, you have an additional 6 minutes, and after that, you will have Representative Doy Gachon. Thank you.
Okay. So ano nga ba yung tanong ko sa iyo? Bakit mo nagsabi na pinagselosan ni Ronnie itong si Warren Cristobal?
Sir, kinausap kami ni secretary, kaming buong team ng security na nagagalit daw si Ronnie kay Warren dahil nagsiselos nga sa sir. Si Ronnie Dayan kay Warren. Gustong paalisin ni Ronnie Dayan si Warren. Ngayon, kinausap kami ni secretary, sir. kailangan ko bang paalisin itong si Warren? Actually, sir, dalawa yun sila, sir, Sergeant Palcasantos at saka si Warren Cristobal.
Yun nasa gitna. Okay. Sino mo si Warren? Okay, pagkatapos niya, ang sabi mo ay mukhang close. Kapansin-pasin din ang closeness ni Warren Cristobal. Bakit mo naman nasabi na kapansin-pasin ang closeness nila ni Warren Cristobal at ni dating Secretary de Lima?
Kasi sir, paborito na siyang gawing aid at saka close in.
Pero ang tanong ko, gaya ng binanggit mo kanina, kapag ba kayo nag-out of town, kapareho silang kwarto na natutulog ni Warren Cristobal.
Sa aking duty, sir, hindi ko pa na experience, sir.
Now, sinabi mo rin dito na may baril na mamahalin na binigay si Secretary Laila de Lima kay Warren Cristobal.
Totoo yan, sir.
Now, I'd like to ask this of the PNP. Do we have records na itong baril, whether or not there is a gun registered to Secretary de Lima, and whether or not this has been transferred to one Warren Cristobal?
Mr. Chair, Your Honor, we have to check that with the FEO.
Can you
and
please
we'll provide you feedback.
Can you please provide us with a permit registered in the name of Secretary Laila de Lima, and if it was transferred to one Warren Cristobal?
Yes, Your Honor.
Due to lack of time, let me go to Witness Durano. Witness Durano,
Yes po, Your Honor.
nako, nakakatakot po ang testimonya nyo, no? Na unang-una po, itong sinasabi niyong Jaguar, ano uli ang pangalan nitong si Jaguar?
Siya po si Jeffrey Diaz.
At ang sinasabi niyo, siya ay isang naging drug lord din, no?
Opo, opo.
Ganong kalaking drug lord dito?
Sa buong Central Visayas po, siya po ang nangunguna.
Now, meron din kayo sinabi na Kerwin Espinosa. Ang tanong ko, ito ba yung Kerwin Espinosa na naging mayor sa Leyte na ibinulgar na isang drug lord din ng Leyte? Ito ba yon?
Correction po, Your Honor. Yung anak po, yung anak.
Yung anak.
Oo.
So, ito yung anak. So, ito yung napabalita na kailan lamang nahuli at ito yung napabalita na rinireklamo ng ama niya na binabantaan daw ang buhay niya nung anak niyang drug lord na Kerwin.
Yes po, Your Honor. Yan
At
po.
kinukumpirma mo ba yung testimonya na itong Jaguar at Kerwin Espinosa ay nagkaroon ng mga transaksyon dito kay Ronnie Dayan?
Opo. Si Kerwin po, hindi kasali. Between Jaguar lang at saka Ronnie.
Jaguar and
Kerwin.
now, ganong katagal itong relasyon nila kung naaalala nyo?
Hanggang sa namatay si Jaguar, tuloy yung relasyon nila.
So, ilang buwan yan?
Tagal
O
po,
taon?
since nung lumaya siya, nung mga bandang, mula nung tumawag siya, yun, walang putol ng ugnayan nila.
Napakalaki ng sinabi ninyong transaksyon nitong si Ronnie at si Jaguar. 27,300,000 pesos. Tama ba po itong halagang to?
Opo, opo.
Paano nyo naman alam na ganitong kalaki itong halagang to? Dahil mukhang eksaktong-eksakto. May konting butil pa.
Dahil po sa lahat ng mga deposit slip na ipapadala ni Jaguar doon kay Ronnie, binibigay po sa akin.
So nasa iyo ngayon itong mga deposit slips na ito?
Opo. Nung itong mga deposit slip na sa akin. Kaya lang nung nagkaroon ng mga searching doon, nakuha yan, wala. Pero nailista ko po yan.
Nailista mo?
Opo.
So ito yung mga numbers, kaya alam mo number, nilista mo?
Opo, opo.
Okay. Now, may I know from the DOJ if they have already records of these bank transactions mentioned by the witness Durano?
We will ask the AMLAC, Your Honor.
Okay. Now, doon sa paragraph 17 mo, naiintriga ako, no? Sabi mo, kumuha ka ng 1.5 million, ibinalot, at dinala doon sa lugar ng mga komando. Tama, no?
Yes po.
Now, saang lugar sa Muntinlupa itong lugar ng komando, in particular ka nagpunta?
Sa bandang po, yung Presidio side.
Presidio side?
Sa lugar mismo ng komando. May basketball court.
Okay. Pero yung pinagpuntahan mo, nadala mo yung pera, ito ba doon mismo sa kubol ni JB o hindi?
Hindi po. Doon po sa BTB3. Yung channel na ginawang opisina ni JB.
Okay. Kaya hindi ko maintindihan.
Excuse me, may we recognize the arrival of Congressman Jericho Nograles?